Just a week and a half before some kids return to the classroom in New York City, two major developments could threaten reopening plans. And this despite low COVID-19 numbers in New York State. The state reported 635 new cases and 7 new deaths. And the positivity rate is below 1% again for the 22nd straight day. But Governor Cuomo today suddenly raised the caution flag about whether New York City public schools should reopen classrooms. And a COVID outbreak upstate at STONY is raising new alarms. 105 positive cases on campus. In-person learning has been shut down for 2 weeks. News 4's Anjali Hemphill is following both of those developments tonight, and she is live at Brooklyn School approved for outdoor learning. Anjali?
Gilma, schools reopen in just over 1 week, and here at PS 163 in Bath Beach, they just got approval to use their schoolyard space for outdoor learning, as a recent outbreak at a New York college is causing some concern. At PS 163 school in Bath Beach, this outdoor courtyard will soon be converted into a classroom.
I'm hoping and praying it works. You know, I just don't want everybody together. That's the most important thing.
As teams race against the clock to inspect all 1,800 schools across New York City ahead of the first day of classes. But tonight, Governor Andrew Cuomo raising a warning flag that schools better be prepared.
Everybody's anxious to get back to school. I get it. But everybody should be anxious to get back to a safe school.
After a first look at what can happen when schools reopen on the campus of SUNY Oneonta, the college now closed down for at least 2 weeks after more than 100 students tested positive for coronavirus. Several students have been suspended, along with 3 student organizations, following a series of large parties.
Surprised, taken off guard. Last we knew it was 29 cases Friday. Now it's 105, and we're shutting down.
SUNY Chancellor Jim Malatras has directed the university to shift to immediate remote learning.
I think we have to monitor first how many more additional cases do we have. I think 105 is not the final number, so it could be higher.
The governor says what we're seeing on a college campus highlights fears that reopening schools could damage the state's progress against COVID-19.
My advice to the K-12 is the same. Err on the side of caution. Err on the side of caution. If you go to in-person education and you are not prepared, or you can't actually implement the plan and do it on day one, you will see the numbers go up, and then you'll see more disruption.
Because I'm worried, you know, if they go to school and they get sick, God forbid, they will bring it to me, you understand, to bring it to my household.
Also, the teachers union will hold a meeting tomorrow afternoon. They are continuing their discussions with the city, and currently no vote has been set to authorize a strike. We're live tonight in Bath Beach. Anjali Hemphill, News 4, New York.
Anjali, thank you. Stony Brook University has confirmed its first student case of COVID this semester. In an email sent to students, the university says anyone in close contact with the infected student has already been notified. Stony Brook also says contact tracing and safety protocols were activated immediately. Students and teachers who attend in-person classes are expected to complete daily temperature and symptom checks at the campus center. New Jersey just reported 306 new cases of COVID-19. An additional 4 deaths were linked to the virus. Governor Murphy says the state's positivity rate and transmission rate are in good shape. He says the low rates should allow for further reopening steps. And this week, gyms finally reopen in the Garden State. They can reopen on Tuesday, but there will be some new safety rules. There will be a 25% capacity limit, and masks are mandatory. Also, group fitness classes are limited to 1 person per 200 square feet. Equipment will need to be spaced out and thoroughly cleaned, and staff and customer logs will be used for tracing purposes. In Newark today, an outpouring of support for a police detective who died from coronavirus complications. Friends, family, and community members remembered Detective Irving Callender during a service at a high school there. Callender joined the Newark Police Force in 2006, working his way up through the ranks and joining the mayor's Executive Protection Unit in 2014. He leaves behind a wife and 2 sons. Detective Callender was 43 years old. The spread of the virus appears to have slowed across the country in recent weeks, but the number of confirmed cases continues to rise, topping 6 million today. And that is despite some signs that testing slowing down in parts of the country. More than 184,000 people have died from COVID-19 in the U.S.